the ball bearing hitting the floor, or?
Yeah, it still made a normal sound.
Okay.
I would say you guys have keyed in on something that I'm not gonna like be purposely obtuse or uh,
Cool.
coy. Yeah, that's a good word for it. This section of the floor appears to be frictionless.
Okay.
Less.
Very quickly, I'll look down at the gap while Sledge has his thing to say.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna.
Yeah.
I don't want to interrupt. There's like a little delay, so sorry if I jump in on you
You're
guys.
good, bud. Go ahead. What are
No,
you
no, no,
thinking?
no. Go ahead.
After I see it's all slick and very uh,
Frictionless.
grease-like, even though I know it's not grease, it's like a silvery substance. Can I
Mm-hmm.
cast the hell is it? I want to cast Sacred Flame in the middle of it and see what it does.
You cast Sacred Flame. Let me make sure that I'm not missing anything in the language. So I am going to be a slight stinker on this.
It's okay.
Must be cast on a creature for Sacred
Okay.
Flame. So sorry, bud.
Oh, no, it's okay.
Deepest and
No
humblest
worries.
apologies. Buck, what were you doing?
I'd like to look at the gap and see if there's like anything like in the gap. So it's 5 foot across. How deep is it?
You look at the gap in front of you and see that it appears to be about 10 feet deep and has a number of sharp spikes at the bottom.
Ah, okay. So there's the kicker.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean there's a gelatinous cube somewhere?
Does that mean what?
I said, does that mean there's a gelatinous cube somewhere?
Yes.
I don't know, Kayla.
I mean, the floor is frictionless and there's a lot of spikes down there.
How long is this frictionless area?
The frictionless area, making sure I'm checking that. So I believe by the square system that's set up, that's roughly 40 feet long
Okay.
and another 5 foot gap. Or I guess that'd be 50 feet in total if you're count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 50 feet.
I have a really stupid idea.
Oh,
How stupid is
Two.
it?
I have two stupid ideas actually. One, I will. This is so dumb.
Love it. Love where this is starting.
I will jump across onto the frictionless area, and I will keep going. And then at the last second, as I'm about to tumble off, I will jump, right, and get to the other side because I'm cool and athletic like that. Then what we will do is that the rest of you will follow after me, and I will catch you as you are jumping because I will use my very long arms to stop you and get you across. Or I stay on this side and we attach ropes to everybody, and you all will go. And then when you get to the edge, we'll pull you taut, and then you can jump across.
I'd rather
I'm not
see.
afraid.
I want to see
I'm
you
afraid
skate
of
across
you.
this and jump it. I have faith. You don't even have to jump. You could literally just fall forward, and your body would probably make the gap.
Honestly, probably yeah.
have any pocket sand?
Pocket sand.
It would
Put on the
create
ground for grip.
friction.
Kitty
All
litter.
right, yeah.
Y'all should have just listened to me when I said we should turn around and go the other way.
Well, we could still turn
Now
around.
what?
No,
Yeah, instead of 3
We can
hours
still
getting over
turn
that.
around and go the other way.
we have to go back over that water gap. We can't do that.
I like that Bobby Joe's first instinct is to turn this into a shuffleboard game.
I also really appreciate that.
We should keep going.
Forward or
Damn.
back?
Forward.
Is there a ceiling?
Mm-hmm.
DM.
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to not have you guys hear my clicking and typing as I'm also doing stuff. But yes, there is a ceiling.
How tall is it?
Double checking. I would
We
say
still have
it's
the rod
about-
too.
Ooh, that's a good point.
The ceiling's
So we
about
could do
20
the-
feet in the air.
So we have rope and we have an immovable rod. If there's, well, Desto, can you Desto fly up there and attach a rope to an immovable rod, and then we can just use the rope?
We don't say the F word in front of Desto.
So I can't fly. I can't fly, but somebody could throw me.
I thought you were his best friend. Aren't you supposed to know that? That's just rude.
Yeah, but he's getting half of his shit back. Shut the fuck up, AJ.
I'm just gonna.
Who's
I'm just
AJ?
gonna.
Who's...
I'm just gonna kind of like hang my head down and sulk and like, you could just throw me up there and I could click the rod and attach.
Then
a
how are we
rope.
going to get it back? If we're to use the rod in this instance, I think that we should click it about on the other side, and then like attach the rope to it that way, and that way is sliding down. You can just kind of catch the rope and. I
Swing
don't
over.
know if you all have heard the legends of
Vox
Tarzan.
Machina? Oh,
He was
okay.
Or am I?
no Tarzan, who I do appreciate that. He was, this man who was taken in by a bunch of bugbears who lived in the jungle, and he learned to live like them.
That wasn't Tarzan. That was George of the Jungle.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. Obviously,
George is
translation
his
from
human
Goblin,
name.
just-
Tarzan is the goblin name.
There it is.
What are these?
Just kind of
names
attach
you're
like a
throwing
rope
out?
that way. Then
But
as you
you
all
just held
skate
the
through, catch it and swing, and then I'll catch you.
So if we just need to get across the gap originally, I can just get across the gap and then click the immovable rod over there, tie the rope, and you guys can all try to do that. Is that what you're trying to do?
Yes, but the distance is like 60 feet, like to the other side, or 50.
Wait, it's 50. I thought it was just 50 feet of ground that was.
No, it's 40 feet of ground and then 5 feet of gap on either side.
No, I changed it, Brent. I'm sorry. I miscommunicated there. It is a 50 feet frictionless area. It is 5 foot gaps on either side of that 50 feet.
So
of
60
frictionless
feet.
Yes.
So it's frictionless area, gaps along the walls, and then there's that gap just beyond it, right?
Mhm.
Is it where it's got the spikes, which is another 10-foot gap, similar that we've seen already, right?
5 foot gap.
5 foot gaps.
But yeah.
Yeah, so if you go to the owl bear and look at that specifically and just zoom in
Yeah.
on this very pixelated map, the darker area that's directly in front of where the 3 people are standing, that is one
this-
5 foot gap. Then
5
there's
foot gap number 1, 5 foot gap number 2.
correct.
Got it. Now that makes way more sense.
Cool. Any thoughts, or I'm just about to just go?
I
Why
want to
don't-
see. I want to see you skate.
Why don't you take the rod and I'll take the rope and we just both go?
You could do that too.
I mean, I'm acrobatic enough. I could probably get over no problem.
Ah. All right. Any
All right.
objections?
I guess not.
So you guys are just going to.
Hop the gap, skate, jump over, get across.
And you're going to put a rope on the other side that we're going to reach all the way back to us with.
So what's going to happen
My
is that it's going to, or unless somebody's got a different plan, I was going to like have it dangle, and then that way you all like come skating through
And grab
then,
the rope
like
to get across.
grab the rope and just like swing across.
That
You
was
still have
my
the first gap to get past.
And
I
slide.
have faith in you all to clear a 5-foot gap.
But you don't have faith in us to clear a 5-foot gap after a.
It's the
surface.
it's the stopping
with the
yourself.
with the frictionless surface.
We're just gonna
it'd be-
slide.
Yeah.
You're probably gonna have to make some
Yeah,
sort
you
of
all will
skate.
be sliding real fast, and so the rope is to stop you from hitting those spikes. It's
just in
if
case.
it wasn't frictionless, then it wouldn't be an issue, but because it is.
Got it.
All right, so
Because I'm-
DM's going to jump back in here.
Yeah.
What is the plan, and are we acting on it now?
I guess so.
Plan is. Go ahead.
I was going to say, so Buck and Desto are jumping together over the first gap.
Okay.
Then they are together making it over the second gap. And while they make it over the second gap, they're going to try to put the rod with the rope up in the air above us so that we could try to swing and catch a rope on
Like
the second
hovering
jump.
above that gap
Yeah.
because the rope.
So
that's
my-
how far the rope goes. Okay.
My thinking is I should be acrobatic enough to make it, no problem. You take the immovable rod because if something happens, you can just click it and hold yourself.
That's a good point. That's a
And
good
that way
point.
I'll take the bundle of rope. That way you
Mhm.
don't have to carry both things.
Perfect. I like that plan. All right,
Okay.
I am pulling out the immovable rod and getting it ready.
I would like to ask a couple questions for clarification's sake. One,
Sure.
are you tying the rope to the immovable rod as you guys start, or is that something that's happening?
No.
When
we're
is
gonna
that
do it
That's
on
happening
the other
afterwards.
side.
You're
That's
doing that
happening
on
when
the
we
other,
get on
side,
the other side.
and then you're going to throw the
Yes.
rope back their way.
No,
So
we're keeping the rope
Sorry.
dangling.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
What he said.
questioning how you get the rope.
We're gonna
No, no,
have
no.
the rope.
Okay,
in
I got
between
it, I
the
got it,
last
I got it.
gap. Yeah.
So this is not a like rope back to the other side, and you guys are like shuffling along the rope. This is like a Tarzan vine hanging above this last pit.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I will be standing like at the edge, and if they happen to miss, I will attempt to catch them.
Okay.
It's a very clearly and easy to follow plan, Tyler. I fail to see what your issue is.
I'm just trying to take into account all of the factors at play and make sure that I'm being fair and make sure that I'm understanding everything and going ahead and doing the mental math on checks involved, et cetera, but I think that all checks out. If that's what you would like to do, you can do so.
Cool.
All right, so stop me if I'm saying anything wrong, but at this point, Buck and Desto nod at each other, take a leap over the 5-foot gap. I believe that falls well within jumping distance for you both. So I'm not even going to have you roll for that. You land on the other side and feel both of you feel your feet come out from under you immediately as you slip on the frictionless surface, and begin sliding towards the other side. You are sliding, and you are sliding, and you approach the 5-foot gap on the other end.
Uh-huh.
You then fall into the 5-foot gap.
There's nothing that allows us to like jump as we're falling.
Jump requires friction because
As
you're
we're
pushing
okay,
off of
so
the surface.
so there's I literally like does the frictionless thing go down as well?
It like curves on either side so that there is no purchase for you to even stand, much less jump.
You just
Then
got
the second I
So-
start falling, I click the immovable rod and grab Desto.
Okay, make me an
I
athletics
would say
check.
that. I would say once I realize I can't jump, I'll probably go to try to grab a piece of the movable rod.
Okay, Brent. Actually, both of you make an athletics check.
Okay.
Can I just say that Bobby Joe is frustrated yelling because she's upset that her friends are in a bad spot and also mad because nobody wanted to turn around?
Does it
No,
have
that's
to be
completely
athletics?
fair.
Does it have to be athletics, or can I do acrobatics?
I'm gonna say it has to be athletics in this case
Okay.
because you're attempting to grab onto something. Well, no, for you it would be acrobatics because that's like the same act as trying to grab like a trapeze bar floating in the air. So that's acrobatics for you.
Uh-huh.
as they're midway through the thing, Sledge is like sideways, rubbing his hands, getting ready to cast guidance on one of them, and then he turns around and they're gone. He just does the Michael Scott like, ugh.
I
Oh
rolled
no,
an
they're in
18.
danger.
Okay.
I rolled a 19.
Cool. So I will say that as you approach, you are at the end of the 50-foot slick section. You click the immovable rod, and Desto is able to grab onto the immovable rod. Buck, you're able to grab onto Desto, so you were both hanging there. Buck's giant paw and Desto's small little hand, both gripping this 5-foot or 2-foot, right? It's only 2 feet. Immovable rod and hanging just before this pit filled with spikes.
I'm just gonna turn to him. This was not a good idea.
No, it wasn't. This was. I would say let's never discuss this again. They can totally see us. So
Now I want to try to, like, if I can, like, kind of swing on it and jump forward.
Mhm.
Could I do that?
I will say that you can do that. However, because you and Buck are both holding on to the immovable rod, you do not have the room to get both of your hands on there. So it would be
Okay.
an acrobatics check with disadvantage in order to swing across the 5 feet.
I'm gonna do it.
I think a
got
DC of 15 sounds fair to me. I'll go ahead and let
Okay.
you know the DC up top for this.
All right.
fair. So stupid.
26, baby.
That's
Hell
with disadvantage.
yes, brother.
Yes.
All right.
I rolled an
So-
18 and a 15.
Damn. So Desto swings one armed. You like take your arm behind your back just because it's not going to be any help to you out on the side, and you swing and are able to launch yourself and land on the opposite side of the gap.
Okay.
So you are now.
then gonna look-
Let me do the point.
I'm gonna
You are
look to
now in
Buck.
this area.
I'm gonna look to Buck and be like, "Do you think you can swing over? Do you have enough room?"
I've got plenty of room. And I will like shift my hand over so we're now like my hand is there's like two little ends of the immovable rod like poking out from my big massive paw, and I would also like to swing across. If I would like to do this athletically.
I will not allow you to do it athletically.
That's not fair.
It's literally acrobatic though.
You have not done a more acrobatic. You will not do a more acrobatic thing in the course of this campaign than this moment right here.
That's fine. That's fair. I
will
guess.
also say, I am not willfully trying to fuck with you, Brent, but
Sure.
You are a giant bugbear on a 2-foot immovable rod. And so,
Right.
I think this is fair for me to either, I'm going to present you the option. You can do this with disadvantage or a minus, we'll say a -3 on this check because of the very small rod and very large being that is attempting to swing on it.
Okay, so what you're saying is that I can either make an acrobatics check at disadvantage or just take a -3 penalty
On the acrobatics check, yes.
on the acrobatics check. So I still have to do.
You are still having to do an acrobatics check either way. You
Hold
can just
on,
roll
now,
one
hold on,
dice.
hold on.
Actually, we'll make it a -2.
Before we even get any further than that,
Okay.
am I not like tall enough where I can kind of just like swing a little bit where I'm like my foot is like touching the thing because I'm so damn tall?
I mean, you do have 10-foot reach.
I
My arms are real long.
think I am rolling into this experience, into this role that you're about to make. The idea that you are bracing yourself, even on a frictionless surface, you're kind of, I believe, are you like hanging above the pit, or did you envision yourself with like, all right, I'm pushing against the rod and kind of keeping my feet on the ground?
No, I'm like
You're
like
dangling.
I'm gorilla dangling.
All right, you have successfully argued. I will allow you to make this as an athletics check to just brute force your way and launch.
Hell yeah. At disadvantage still?
No, this will be just flat.
Hell yes.
All this to roll a natural 1.
That would be really
That would be
fun.
very fun.
However, I instead rolled a 23.
Cool. You land on the other side as well.
Great.
So,
Now, standing from where I am, can I like touch the immovable rod?
that sounds fair given a 10-foot reach.
Okay. So I will then attach a rope
Okay.
to the immovable rod,
Uh-huh.
tie that shit up real tight,
Mm-hmm.
and then like a parent at the edge of the pool, just hold my arms out, and it's like, all right, jump.
All right, so we've got Sledge, Seymour, and Bobby Joe on the other side. What are y'all thinking? What are y'all doing?
I think I'm still throwing a fit, but like also happy that they're safe. But now I have to convince myself to go across this basically ice floor.
Seymour's actually pretty much agreeing with Bobby Joe that he's like, how the fuck did we get ourselves into this?
We're all gonna die.
Because neither acrobatics or athletics are something that I'm actually good at. The few soft skills I suck at.
Sledge is gonna go for it. Looks like fun. Question for you, DM.
Sure.
Because I have a spear tip on my weapon that I made, am I able to use that almost like an ice pick anchor once I jump and slide
So
to slow down?
I can't tell you until you're doing it.
Okay, then I'm just gonna do it. That's gonna be my initial plan, and I'm just gonna go for it.
Okay.
After I cast guidance on myself. Don need some help.
Okay.
And I'm good.
So you jump and are beginning to slide, and you drive your spear tip into the frictionless floor, and it just kind of skitters off. It does not find purchase in that. So, as you begin sliding to the other side of this room, I will need you to make, I'm going to say that this is a DC 16 and will be for all three of you, but a DC 16 acrobatics check to attempt to grab the rope as you're falling. This is not anything you can target. You're just kind of just reaching and flailing.
And as I'm reaching, I'm just going to yell out to Buck in Goblin. Catch me, Buck.
Of course, I say back in perfect Goblin with no accent, as I attempt to also catch him if needs be.
I got a. Yep. Was hoping that was not the case. Um,
What'd you get?
acrobatics. 11.
11. So you
Oh,
fail.
wait a second. Wait a second.
Oh,
Wait a second.
you get
Yeah,
guidance.
I'm not even gonna. I'm
But
not gonna
it
roll the
won't
guidance.
Yeah, it won't
It
matter.
won't matter.
So Buck, give me an athletics check.
That is a natural 18 for a total of 25.
You were able to catch Sledge as he nearly drops, missing the rope, and nearly drops into the spikes, but you were able to grab him and pull him up and place him beside you.
Oh, yeah, that was a close one.
Yeah, before I put him down, I'm just kind of holding him in his. Don't scare me like that.
You. Very delicate hands.
Is it? Ah, these are the hands of a baker. And I put him back down.
I wouldn't know. I never get your treats.
Oh.
Ouch.
Damn.
I have nothing to say about that other than take it as a compliment.
You will get them on days we don't plan to fight things.
All right, Seymour and Bobby Joe. It is now just the two of you.
Just the two of us.
Mm-hmm.
I whip out the guitar and I start playing very softly Eye of the Tiger. And I look to Bobby Joe. You got this, killer. As I bardically inspire her.
Okay.
So, Bobby Joe, you have 1d8 to use in the next 10 minutes. And it can be used on an ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
So.
Cough, cough. It is there if you need it.
So, all right.
Bobby Joe, you jumping?
I'm jumping.
All right, Bobby Joe jumps. She also has
As
a...
Sorry.
No,
I just wanted to
I
know,
got
like,
the hiccups.
while I jumped.
You just want to what?
I want to say I hate you while I jump.
Yelling, I hate you. Bobby Joe leaps, feet come out from under her, and slides to the other side as she attempts to grab the rope as she falls. Bobby Joe, roll an acrobatics check.
Okay. I just clicked the thing, right? There it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Roll a d8. Sorry, what was
Taz,
that?
you got something in your throat, buddy?
Bardic inspiration.
What if I already rolled?
That's okay.
Oh, so I
Still
can,
can
I
roll
can
it.
Yeah, you can still add it.
Roll
That's the whole
this
thing with Bardic Inspiration. You
add
can
it
roll
to
and
it.
then, yeah.
Why is it? I don't want to. Why is it doing that?
Just take the lower of take the lower of the two.
No, it was about to roll me like 4
Hey,
dice.
now.
All right, so I got a 14
Right.
and then I rolled the d8, so plus 5.
All right.
Did
Bobby
I-
Joe is able to snag the rope at the last second, swinging just above the spikes, and then climb her way up. And Buck will reach out and grab you off of the rope and pull you to safety. Seymour, it is now your turn. Is there anything you would like to do before you jump?
Cross the gap. I'm gonna mimic his voice and be like, "You got this, killer."
You're not
Um,
bardically inspired by that, but maybe you take some moral inspiration from that.
It helps me work up the courage to jump across.
And I'm gonna stand there like I'm gonna catch him next to Buck.
All right. So, Seymour, you know how this goes. You jump, fall flat on your ass. You start sliding, racing the 50 feet. Make an acrobatics check in order to grab the rope as you fall into the other gap.
I would like to ask that I don't roll an acrobatics check. As I get towards the end of the slope, I cast for my once a day free time face step. And I end up standing right behind Desto with open arms. And because it flashes immediately, am I allowed to do that?
You think about your ability in order to do that. And as you begin to like will up the power to cast that, you feel a block and realize that that will not work in this room.
Oh, God.
Ooh.
So as I get close enough to where I'm like, all right, I'll do it here.
Nothing
I
happens.
feel I feel the magic not work, and then I scramble for the rope.
Uh-huh. So make the acrobatics check. I love the thinking. I am sorry that I had to do that to you.
Do I?
No, you're not.
So because I don't feel it working, is it as if the spell doesn't go off, or is it that I can't perform it? Like, do I lose that slot?
No, you
doing
don't lose it. The spell doesn't even go off.
Okay, that was the difference that I was trying to
Yeah.
make sure I deciphered. Okay, so
I'm
I
not
don't
gonna
lose
take
that.
spells from you just to.
I mean, I know. I was gonna say, I'm like, it would honestly make a lot of sense if that was just how it worked out. I was completely pissed
I
at the
don't know.
mechanic.
It's feeling
not at
kind
the
of
DM there.
diabolical, it seems. I wouldn't put it past him.
Alrighty,
What'd you
I
get?
got a solid 7.
Buck,
Oh my god.
give me that
Get ready
athletics
for
check.
get ready for
Oh boy.
Me too. I'm rolling one too.
You can give Buck the help action if you would like.
Okay. I give Buck the help action.
That would be perfect.
You just see Desto go from like Seymour to grabbing Buck's leg and trying to pull him back to hold him, ground him a
Yes.
little bit.
That's another 19.
All right, you are able to just barely snag Seymour by like the scruff of his like the collar of his jacket or shirt or whatever, and pull him up and place him down on the ground. As Seymour very nearly also struck the spike. Seymour, you were probably about like that close.
I was just gonna say, is it fair to say that a part of like the cloak or cape I have like ripped against one of the spikes, and now I just have this small tear in the back?
Yeah.
That's how close I was.
Absolutely.
Never had a doubt.
Ugh. Well, that didn't
Totally easy. Went exactly according to plan. No issues or concerns here.
did not go as planned. That did not go as planned. That did not go as planned.
Perfect plan.
Should have just turned around. Bobby Joe was right. And I'm just muttering to myself.
Seymour,
Alright.
what have we talked about? Positive visualization.
We can talk about positive visualization all you want. I just saw that I was that close to falling face first into a spike. I don't need positive.
But did you die?
I could have.
But did you die?
But did you die? I will reach up, click the immovable rod, and stow it back, and hand Desto back his rope.
All right, and you exit this room and move on down this hallway. And I guess it's not showing quite what I want to show, which is that. That didn't work either.
Eiler, I like to inspect the dungeons that we are crawling through. We need to get rid of this blurriness, damn it.
I hear you. That is absolutely a fair complaint and will not be an issue on the second one. If there is another one. Or maybe we just don't ever do a dungeon crawl again.
Wow. That just took a dark turn.
Jeez.
So, you guys walk down this hallway and can see, say, about 15 feet in either direction. Would you like to go left or right? Or I guess in this case it'd be, would you like to go north or south?
Is there one way that feels like we're going up or down?
Both are even ground.
South, 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 south.
I say south.
All right, so I missed it. There's a magic block.
There's not a magic block. We are asking if you would like to go north or south based on the directions that you have available to you. You've gotten through the room that you were in. You have moved on to the next hallway, and it is a T intersection where you can go left or right, south or north. Which direction would you?
We moved up, right?
You had
Yes.
moved up to get to the room that
Okay.
you were previously in. This area feels like level ground either way.
From what we remember of the entrance, did it look like above where we entered had a lot of space to go to, or would it be like no, north is going away from the entrance deeper into the heart of the mountain?
You entered at the base of the mountain, and then took a roughly 100-foot staircase down when you entered into the mountain. So you are theoretically, I mean, you went up and down a little bit, so I'm going to say it kind of nets out. You're about 100 feet underground. And then, so.
As much as I like south, I think we should go north. If we go south, I feel like we're just spiraling up where we came in. But if we go north, I feel like it's taking us a bit deeper.
What makes you think you can't spiral north?
You can spiral north.
Well,
And say we're spiraling like back to where we'll just be above where we entered. Maybe.
I don't want to spiral anywhere.
I'm now inclined to go the exact opposite direction you want to go because of that explanation.
But what if I knew that, and that's why I gave the explanation, so you'd agree to go where I originally wanted you to?
Well, then that would be the first time you outwitted anything in your life, and I will
Yeah.
commend you for that.
I'm gonna look
You
at everyone.
cat
My
face,
eyes are gonna get really big. I'm gonna be like, south it is, and I'm gonna start walking south.
South it is. Desto begins walking south. Does the rest of the party follow him?
Oh.
I guess we can't split up.
Yeah.
Or
We
can
totally
we?
could split up. We just don't want to.
I don't like caves, and I'm in one.
Nothing wrong about that. Why don't you like caves? Nothing wrong about caves. They're homey. They're nice and closed. Nothing unexpected can come out of nowhere.
Except for things like you.
You're not helping. your
Nothing
argument, Simon.
unexpected as you guys are crawling through a dungeon where everything's been unexpected.
We've
All right.
got sphinxes, goblins under mind control, mechanically heated rooms,
This is just another
magically
Tuesday.
included smooth floors that won't allow you to jump.
We had to hit a sphinx every week when going down to get some water.
Algae.
Bullshit.
I would like to roll deception.
No. I'm going to keep this moving along. So, you guys continue walking down that hallway and reach a doorway. I'm assuming Desto opens the door.
Oh, I was gonna say knock on it.
Can I check it first for like traps or anything?
Sure, give me an investigation check.
Tyler's like, damn it, I was gonna get him with one.
I feel like I've gotten you guys already. I don't need to get you again.
I'm going to. I rolled really crappy, but I'm going to use one of my Kenku recalls so I get
Okay.
advantage.
Okay.
And thank God I did. 23.
You examine it. It's a very ornate door with a lot of different creature designs on it, but you do not see any traps associated with it. It's like this big,
Okay.
I would say like very thick, ornate wooden double door with these two large, like bronze handles in it, and on the double doors you have like this, basically like jungle scene carved into the door.
Okay. I will open the door.
All right, and just to clarify again, the rest of the party is following behind Desto.
Yep.
Yep.
Not
All right.
after you phrase it like that.
Well, I'm gonna keep asking this. I mean, that's just unfortunately what we're doing. Is I'm gonna have to ask annoying questions like that. All right, so I'm going to reveal this room. As I do so, keep in mind that you are now looking out and down into an enormous chamber defined by terrace steps that ring the entire area and descend toward a central enclosure. A few feet south of the door, water laps. Where did that go? At the edge of the stone floor. Looking to the side, that you can see the ring of the terrace that lies beyond is a 10-foot deep ring. It has water in some places and space in others, just like stone in others. Another series of steps, somewhat lower than the first, and you see enclosures not altogether dissimilar from an aquarium. However, these do not hold fish.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. Nope. Nope.
Can we make the team decision to turn around this time now? Or are we fucked?
Da.
Give me
This
two
is
more
thi-
seconds. Give me 2 more seconds here to fully reveal, and then to say that these creatures
Mm-mm.
exist in terraces below you guys. So you guys are stepping out onto a stone terrace, and then like down from you would be the first ring, where actually I'm also going to drop the artwork of these creatures in the handout section. So the first
So
terrace.
basically, oh yeah.
No, go ahead, Taz. Find me some time.
I was just gonna ask. I was gonna say. So basically, you're saying that at every level, like as it goes down, there's these different creatures that are trapped in them.
Yeah, it got very
It's like-
hairy when I was trying to like mess around with all the tokens, but I did want to put those there to represent like what you guys are seeing. But it is not quite as overrun, nor is it quite as in your face. These are kind of enclosed creatures. So the
I was gonna say,
closest
it's like
level
a-
to you has this creature in it.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
In theory, it should be.
This is the next level.
So it's this one, then that one, then these guys. Is that right? Starting
Yes.
at 1, can you see my little thing?
I can't because I'm doing the artwork. Sorry.
Okay. And I will go to the artwork section.
I don't want to.
Yep. So that's it. What I was saying is that, like, if you go to one of the sides, it's like that, this, that.
Yep.
Okay.
So those are the 4 creatures you see in front of you. There are 6 of the first one. I believe 6 of the second. There are 4 of the third, and 3 of the last one.
Well, I, for one, don't want to fight the giant brain puppies.
Giant brain puppies.
That is fair. I also don't
I
want
don't
to
know
fight
how
the
else
giant
I
brain
would put
puppies.
that.
Now
but
I
I
will
don't-
always call them brain puppies.
I was like, I don't know what else I would call them, but I have no better way of saying it. So, but they're all in cages, like they're all trapped, right?
They are all in enclosures. I would not say it's like 4. It is not like a cubed enclosure. They are enclosed from like each other. And each of them are about 10 feet down from the next one. So you are standing, like you're standing above a 10-foot enclosure looking down into like a 10-foot pit that is holding these brain puppies, as we're calling them.
They moving?
Yeah, they're moving.
Yeah, nope.
They're
Nope.
just kind of
Nope.
walking around.
Nope. I'm out.
Now,
Nope.
I don't
Nope.
play
would
this
we-
game. I'm not taking any steps anywhere. I'm not setting off any traps. I'm out.
now theoretic, the last three, like the hairy spider things,
Sure.
like the spider snake things. Would we? Is there? Are they at the very bottom? Is there anything at the bottom, or would we have to go around all these things to keep
Oh, you're looking
continuing
at-
sound?
So, just making sure. Okay. Yeah. They are at the bottom. So that is where the like depth of the pit ends, and they've got their little 10-foot pit that they are in as well. And each of the pits is there. I actually misspoke. There is a layer of glass above each of their pits. So it's like you guys are on a stone circle on the outside, and then it becomes this like glass staircase down to the bottom, and there's like a glass ceiling basically above those spider people.
So it's basically like a zoo enclosure, but it's all glass covered. So you're looking down at the animals versus looking straight at them.
Correct.
So in theory, we could walk at the terrace 10 feet above the rest of these creatures around to the other side, right?
Yeah, the terrace that you guys are walking on is where like the glass ceiling of the brain puppies enclosure meets, and then there's like there's there 10 feet or whatever, and then it's going to drop 10 feet, and then that next terrace step is going to be where the
mini beholders are.
the mini beholders are. Yeah, and so on down until it's just like this 10-foot or this glass pit on top of the hairy spiders.
Well, Desto, you wanted to go without team approval, so you can be first.
Nobody's going anywhere.
I'm gonna turn around and be like, okay.
Oh my lord.
Oh, and I'm just gonna turn to Bob and Joe. It's reverse psychology. I'm a psychologist now.
Psychology.
Dest, are you actually walking into the room?
There's the challenge you know, and then there's the more dangerous challenge of what you don't know. Could be worse if we go north.
Well, we know that this room is here. We can always come back to it.
Get a buck. He doesn't say that to Buck.
Hold on.
This is quite the dilemma.
Hmm.
This looks like a very scary room, which is why I'm inclined to believe that we could make it past it.
I feel like logic says if these were made out of frail glass, they would have broken out by now. So I don't think it's as frail as we are making it to seem.
No, you're going to step on something. Like, come on.
I'm gonna take like the first few steps off just to like test my footing. See how it feels.
That's off the trigger.
I'm going to cast guidance on him before he starts.
Lord. I don't wanna.
All right. So you cast guidance on Desto. Desto takes a couple of steps out. When you say a couple of steps out, you're stepping like into the room, but on the stone terrace, or are you stepping on top of the glass?
Do I have to step on top of the glass, or can I just?
You don't have to. No, I'm just trying to figure out how
So I
much
can
fate
just
you're
walk
tempting
around
here.
on the stone terrace.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll just walk around on the stone terrace then.
Okay.
Can I do that all the way around?
You begin walking.
There's a stone terrace all the way around.
There's a stone terrace all the way around. You begin walking
Okay.
on the stone terrace. You get to the corner of the room. You pick your side. You start walking down that side. You see that two of the brain puppies start running over just to like see what's going on. They put their paws up on the wall as though they're trying to get a closer look at you.
God, they're so cute.
Now
I'm gonna wave at him.
the glass is the ceiling for
Mhm.
their enclosure is what he is kind of like. So, just if you were standing here, he would be looking down at those puppies as they're looking up at him, right?
Correct.
Or at least this one.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll put myself back to where it was at.
You continue walking, Desto. You continue walking, and you feel the eyes of almost all of these creatures. A few are disinterested, but most of them have their focus fully on you as you continue walking around the room. You get to the other side, you do a 180 and look back at your friends and where they're standing, and nothing happened.
I'm just gonna like wave everybody on.
I will hesitantly follow, but I will follow. Because I too believe that I was like, this room is way, like, with the way it's set up.
I hate it.
I don't love it, but I
The
will
heavy
continue to
sighs from
follow the
Brent
path.
are killing me.
I will follow the path. Is there anything that happens as I go along this path on the left side and follow Desta's footsteps?
You follow Desto's footsteps exactly. You look over just for a second and indulging your fear for a moment to look at these creatures as they make the same sort of like push up on the wall, gesturing as though they're trying to look at you better. You feel the same, God, must be a dozen set of eyes on you as you cross the room and get to the other side.
I still hate it.
Mhm.
I'll Sledge, have you gone yet?
I'm Sledge just sitting there like, I wonder who comes and feeds these things every day.
Probably the person on the other side of this next fucking door.
Ooh. I am all yeah, I'm gonna go. Do it to it.
All right. You begin walking across.
I'll
Yeah.
I will wait for Bobby Joe, and we will hold hands as we walk walk across.
All right.
But I want to make sure that she goes. She's not. Oh wait, no, she is.
Can't believe it took us longer to go over a thing of water than it is a
Sorry,
thing
guys.
of creatures.
No, you're fine. Everyone else is gone except you and me.
Can we run? Just to get it over with faster.
Yeah, we'll just kind of like hold my hand out to Bobby Joe, and like that thing, like you just run real quick.
All right. So Sledge crosses. He has no issue. Bobby Joe and Buck join hands and run. You feel the ground begin to vibrate ever so slightly from Buck's giant frame, but you are able to reach the other side with no issues.
Can I yell at
Let's keep
Sledge and say,
going.
"This is why I'm afraid of caves"?
Yeah, you can
I
absolutely
it's
do that.
totally expected.
Okay.
Expected. This is
We had a-
horrible.
You gotta go through things like this to get to just lunch every day. Dwarven society.
Dwarven society sounds pretty terrible.
It is.
And no offense to you, but like this awful. Ugh.
It's called character building, Buck.
I built my character from the comfort of my own home. I use dice and a sheet of paper.
All right. And you guys enter, right? Enter into the next room. No one stopped me, so yes. You enter
Yes.
a room where lavish furnishings and decorations are everywhere. The floor is strewn with rugs, cushions, and tapestries covering the wall. A hookah as tall as an adult human stands in one corner. You also notice on a pedestal with 4 claws outstretched sits an egg. An egg colored red, green, blue, and white. Also in this room, getting up from the couch, is. Oh, where is he? Where is he?
Suspension is killing me.
In the handout section. Oh, I did it in the wrong chat. Is a tall, dark skin, with white hair, towering above most of the party. Buck, I would not say he's towering above you, but you have never encountered a humanoid this tall before.
Where did you sit?
Working on the handout section, so sorry.
Okay.
Oof.
There
Nope,
we go.
don't like that.
It's Solomon Grundy.
I was just literally just about to say that.
It basically is. Oh my god.
You've entered Quesnev's home. You will leave it in pieces.
And I need everyone to roll initiative.
Awesome.
I hate you all.
Sorry, you got me. I thought you were
Well,
gonna say-
we found what we wanted to find, so we have located our objective.
And
Why
you said it
did
was
it easy?
quasi?
Quesnef. Quesnef.
Can you say that again? Quuenef.
Quesnef.
S.
Quisnif.
Any like apostrophes or anything crazy?
No, just the weird spelling.
Okay.
I'm really glad that I got the dagger of warning, so I have advantage on initiative now. It's really helping a lot.
I'm glad. All right, so 25 to 20.
Oh,
I need to roll initiative still.
As
Give me a second.
I actually need to roll for Quesnef as well, so. Shame on
Question:
me.
Can you also unblock the room so we can see where we are?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That would be very nice of me to do that, wouldn't it?
Only if you feel like it, though.
I think I feel like it. I appreciate the offer.
Theater of the mind, but I would like to at least see a tactical battle map somewhat here.
Uh-huh. No, that makes sense.
dude. Mother trucker.
Give you a mother trucker.
He totally got me. I thought he was gonna say you gotta leave in peace. I'm getting ready to go the other way. Tricked us.
In peace we shall. Hey, see you.
Bye.
The one door we don't knock on beforehand.
All right. Is
Hey,
that
we gotta
working?
talk.
There we go.
Is that zoo and OSHA regulations? I don't think so. There's no railings. A kid could fall down there.
All right. So, okay. 25 to 20.
The Dwarven Union for Hazard
Nobody.
and Safety.
20 to 15.
I rolled a. Nope, never mind. I thought I had a higher initiative bonus.
Bobby Joe, what did you roll?
17.
17 for Bobby Joe. Bobby Joe's going first. All right, 15 to 10.
12.
Also 12.
Okay.
Oh yeah, well, is your dexterity higher than a
13.
0?
Sorry. 13.
All right. So Buck, then Sledge. 13 and 12. 10 to 5.
7.
7. Okay.
Rolled a
I
nat
get,
1 and then a nat 2.
I get your
Whoa.
sarcasm now, there, Jimmy. Ha ha ha! I get it. You're so.
That just leaves Seymour.
I got 4.
Seymour got a 4. Okay.
It makes you feel better. I rolled a 3, Jimmy. And you still beat me.
So Bobby
Unreal,
Joe,
man.
you start. You
Of
see
course
this
I do.
hulking, very tall, very broad, dark-skinned humanoid in front of you, and he's threatened you. What would you like to do?
I thought I was gonna say something witty, but I can't think of anything. So I'm probably just gonna start blasting because I hate cake and I want to get the fuck
So
out
anyway, I just started
Hell yeah.
blasting.
Go ahead and roll to start blasting.
Love it.
All right. Where's my actions? Oh, there it is. I just rolled damage on accident, so that one doesn't count.
Okay.
Hey, Noodle,
Wow.
roll me your D6.
12 will not hit.
God damn it! I'm gonna shoot him again, I guess.
All right.
24.
Okay.
24 will hit.
Thank God. Damage is 8.
All right.
And can I use my bonus action and shoot him again?
You absolutely may.
Get fucked.
Oh, that's lame. I got a 10.
10 misses as well, unfortunately. So, are you moving at all? So it's not going to show up great on Owlbear, unfortunately, because of the size of just the sheer scale of the map. But the room that he is in is about 40 feet wide and 20 feet deep. He is taking up a full 10 or 5-foot area of his own. So I will
Is
shrink
there
him down a
anything to
little bit.
hide behind?
You could give me a stealth check to attempt to hide behind like some of his furniture or his like human-sized hookah that he had in the corner. There are a number of things you could hide behind.
All I heard was hookah because my computer froze. But
Okay, you could hide behind something if you would like to. Yes.
okay, can
So
I
would
like move?
need a stealth check, and because he is in the room, you're gonna have to stealth to hide, and because it is because you're in a small room, I'm gonna say the DC is we're gonna call it DC 20 to hide from him.
I don't want to hide. I just want to be behind something so he can't hit me.
Okay, so flavor-wise, you are stepping behind something as though it will shield you.
She's looking for cover, DM.
Yeah.
We don't really play cover.
Well, that's lame, Tyler.
Okay.
No, it's not. It is not lame because trust me, if we played cover, we would be at disadvantage so often.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Because enemies could absolutely tear us apart with that.
Yep.
Not with my hella reach.
Your reach is useless.
Reach means
Behind a
nothing if
corner.
they have ranged weapons.
So, Bobby Joe, are you moving
I'll-
into the room to clear out the hallway, or are you kind of standing
When she has
in the
sharpshooter
doorway?
too, so like she can ignore cover.
Serve the bullet.
I mean, I don't. He's gonna set those fucking monsters loose. I just know it. So really, I guess it doesn't matter where I go.
Don't give him ideas.
Shut up, AJ. I'll just bounce back around the corner out of the hallway.
Okay,
So
so Bobby Joe darts into the doorway, fires off 3 quick shots, one of them finding Purchase and hitting him in the shoulder, and then she ducks back around the corner as he's just like,
Yeah.
"Ugh." And Buck, it is now your turn.
Awesome. I very quickly I'll say, can we talk about this?
How do you want to talk about this?
It's too late. I already shot him.
That I mean, fair, but at the same time, I would hate myself for not being able to try. Uh, if we could just take that egg and leave, we'll just leave your place in peace. We won't have to worry about it. It's totally fine, not the problem.
You may not have egg. Questnef's job is to guard egg.
Wait, who gave you that job?
You see some thinking for a second.
Okay, talking over.
I'll just very quickly turn back to my friends and just kind of shrug, like, I tried. Then, as a bonus action, I will center myself and I will rage. And so, as I do so, awesome. So, very much like Iron Man, there is like this big circle of light that extends from my chest, and a beam of light shoots out. And I need what's his name to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Quesnef will make a Constitution saving throw.
Quesnef. I almost called him Queef. I'm like, that's not right.
Queefnef.
That's just mean, Brent.
All the brain puppies.
There's no subs.
Queef brain puppies. Bad name, called it.
Where did my d20s go? Alright, we'll just use this.
I don't know.
He fails.
Hell yes. So he will take 3 points of radiant damage and is blinded till the end of my next turn.
Oh, wow.
That's huge.
Okay.
And then I will run up and I will make actually it's until the start of my turn. I apologize. Start of turn. But I will run up and I will make 2 swipes at him.
Okay.
Advantage because he is blinded.
Yeah, I'm looking up blinded now, but I trust you on that.
His attack should be at disadvantage and mine should be at advantage.
Attack rolls against the creature have advantage.
That is so dope, Buck.
And disadvantage.
Do the
Okay.
Buck snap.
Is it only melee attacks or all attacks?
Says attack
Says all.
roll.
It should be all attacks. Attack
can't-
rolls.
He can't see it to like try to dodge it or anything, so he's fucked.
Yeah. On my first attack, that is a 24 to hit.
Hits.
Second attack. That is a 20. Can I do math?
Hits.
Okay. Cool.
20 what?
20 whatever it is.
13 slashing on the first hit. And then 17 on the second hit. So 30 points of damage total.
Okay. 30 points of damage, heard. Where are you moving to?
I moved right in front of him, and I
You're
am
staying there? Okay.
I am staying there.
Sledge, you're up.
Luckily, when this big thing of light goes on, my goggles have protected me from that light. And as I see this dude not doing too well, I want to run in and cast a level 3 inflict wounds on him.
Okay. So what do you need from me for that? I think that's a saving throw, correct?
Nope.
It
it's
is
an attack
nothing. It is an attack roll, so I will have
Okay.
advantage.
Good for
There you
you.
go.
I was gonna say that is a really good play.
That's good. Very well done, AJ.
Good job, Buck, for getting the advantage in this situation for everybody in the round.
Man, oh my god. Does a 17 hit?
17 does hit.
I roll. I did not roll good for advantage.
Oh my lord.
You rolled well
man.
enough.
You rolled
You were
good
able
enough.
to strike through. Your spell penetrates his chainmail, and you are inflicting wounds.
Hell yeah, brother.
What is the damage
Yeah.
on that?
It is 3d10. I've been waiting to try to have advantage to help a crit out, but it's not gonna be it.
3d10. All right.
Wait, are you casting that at 3rd level?
He
Yep.
is.
I'm just gonna do it on here because I don't have 3d10s. So where are you? Oh, I'm sorry. It's 5d10.
Yeah.
I am sorry.
Oh,
It is
God.
5d10.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's
why I
3d10
want.
on at level 1.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hence why I want to do it when I have advantage.
All
One day I
right.
will crit with it. That is the goal.
All right, give me all that damage then.
It is going to be
Outstanding move.
27 necrotic damage as I go and touch him in the almost like a Doctor Strange, getting him in the center, but instead of pushing him into like hippy dippy space, it's just necrotic damage that goes.
AJ, do that motion again. Give him the old dick twist.
Yeah.
Give me the old dick twist. Twist his dick.
Grab his dick and
I
twist
love
it.
that video.
Honestly, if he's
That's
that
so
big,
great.
I think when I go for his cord, it hits him totally in the dick.
All right, so Buck runs up, blinds him, gives 2 slashes, which cut deeply into his body, and then Sledge, running up behind, grabs his dick and inflicts wounds on it, and he is in a large amount of pain as he's.
Is his voice more high pitched now?
Oddly,
More
no.
like,
No. Voice stays the same, just very pain. All right. You have anything else you're doing on your turn, buddy?
Make sure to spade your cats and dogs. Yeah, that'll be my turn.
Okay. All right. You see that the wounds that Buck dealt him begin to close ever so slightly. And then he is going to channel energy and bring his arms or his hands forward and blindly just sort of blast in front of him. And I need, based on the map, Bobby Joe, you said you ducked around a corner, correct?
Yeah, kind of like I just went like around the corner of the wall.
Okay, can you move your token to that, please? Just for, so I want to make sure I don't catch you in something that you're not supposed to be. So I believe, yeah, this is going to catch. I need Sledge, Buck, and Desto to make con saving throws as you see an icy blast erupt from his hands toward each of you.
A con save, you said?
I did say a con save.
Fuck.
Trying to see anything, but I don't think I got anything to help us out, dudes. Ugh. All right. These D20s are about to get. I think it's like the 5th game in a row that these D20s have sucked. About to get retired.
Got a 16.
Dude. 10.
11.
16 saves, 10 and 11 fail. 3, 4, 5, 6. And
Is that a half damage on save?
it's going to be a half damage, yes, sir.
Alright, I'm going to use my uncanny dodge too. So
I
it'll
believe
be
that only
quarter.
applies to dexterity effects.
No, evasion is dexterity. Uncanny
Yeah.
dodge is for melee.
AoE.
Any attack.
Oh, any attack?
It says when an attacker that you can see hits you with an attack, you can use your reaction to half the attack's damage.
So this isn't hitting you with an attack, or is this?
I'm gonna send my rules lawyer on that as I am rolling damage for this, if that's okay. Brent, can I enlist you into service briefly?
You're on retainer for this reason.
Is this a spell?
This is a spell.
It says can half the damage of attacks from any source. This is just something I just pulled up, including spells, but let me see. I'm looking to see if there's anything else.
I think because it says attack, I think it has to be like an attack roll.
Like the attack action.
Uncanny
Well,
dodge.
or like
It says
spell attack versus a spell save.
It says uncanny
Yeah.
dodge is no help against a spell like fireball because it doesn't include it. If it was necrotic or if it was the fucking what I just did inflict wounds, it would.
Because it's a spell attack versus a saving throw. Okay.
Exactly.
I think that sounds right to me as well. So I'm going to say that doesn't go through, Jimmy. You're going to take half damage, not a quarter. So for my full damage for Buck and Sledge, you are both going to take 32 points of cold damage. And Desto is going to take 16.
Yikes.
Your raging, Buck, did you get half damage on that or no?
I am not a totem barbarian.
Gotcha,
So,
yeah, you're right. No.
If it's cold damage, I'm taking the full thing.
Hell yeah.
But he is blind, and so Kwasnev is blinded, and just sort of threw that out, but doesn't really have the sight to move around the room. So I'm going to say that is his turn, and Desto, it is now your turn.
All right. I am going to just come up next to Buck, and I'm going to attack.
All right.
That was 24 for the first one.
24 will hit.
I'm actually only going to do one attack. So
Okay. So 24 hits. Give me damage.
okay. Uh, 20 damage total.
20 damage total. Heard.
And then I am going to I'm going to bonus action disengage and go to this corner right here.
Perfect. Okay. Seymour, it is now your turn.
All right. I'm going to run in. I'm going to blast him twice with Eldritch Blast because I get that attack at advantage still, correct?
Yes.
All right. That is why I would use it here. That is an 18 and a 26.
18 and 26 both will hit.
That is 20 damage, necrotic. Or wait, no, 20 force damage, my bad.
20 force damage, got it.
Force damage to him. And I will then dip to this side of the room. And as a bonus action, I will play Ice Ice Baby on the guitar.
That is very funny. I was hoping spell would cool you off.
And And I would like to bardically inspire Buck.
Okay. I will also say that after the 1-2 punch of Desto and Seymour, Kwasnev is looking very, very hurt. And in fact, may not have much longer.
Hell yes, brother.
Yeah,
So,
fuck this guy.
with that, we come back around in the rotation to Bobby Joe.
Do I know he's about to die or no?
If you were to peek back in the room, you see a very large being with a very small amount of life left in him.
Okay. I'm just gonna peek around the corner and be like, "Hey, thanks, guys," and fire at him.
All right, fire away.
All right, where's... 18.
Hits.
Damage is 11.
11 damage. You see Kwasnev, his near 10-foot form, drop to a knee. Still standing, but only barely.
Do we want to kill him? Or does somebody want to ask him questions?
Make a decision, Bobby Joe.
Well,
I would say Buck did try to talk to him. It's fair that you might want to leave Buck an opening to try to talk to him again now that he doesn't have as much life. We do need answers here.
am I gonna forfeit my turn if I let him have a second to talk to him?
I will say if you would like to take a pause or to ready your second attack action, I will allow you to get the killing blow if you would like to sort of just give Buck an opportunity to speak and see where this goes. We're going to loosely come out of initiative order to do this all and jump back in the moment it becomes necessary. But Bobby Joe fires one shot and walking forward with her other pistol trained directly on Kwasnev, who's breathing heavily, gestures for Buck to say something if he would like to.
I will take my glaive from the ready position and just kind of like lift it back up, and it's. Now are you in the mood to talk?
You've kicked Kwasnev's door open. You have attacked him. Even if I wanted to talk, the question you ask I cannot answer.
Why?
Because he's commanded it so.
Who has?
I'm saying
Fuck.
too much already. No, you put me out of my
What?
misery. Or do you have more questions for Kwasnev?
That was really good.
That was it.
Buck,
What
he's
would
not
you
allowed
do
to
if
say
you
a name
didn't have
because
to?
of the magic.
What would you do if you didn't have to guard the egg?
Kwasnev likes magic. He would study magic.
If we could send you to a place where you could study magic, would you want to do so?
I'm not able to leave here.
Because of the egg?
He just sort of growls.
So
you
if
bound?
the egg were no longer here, you didn't have to be here to guard it. So if we took the egg, then you would have nothing to guard. So then you would be free to go by your merry way.
Are you bound by magic to stay here? If we take the egg, will whoever bound you by this magic keep you here and kill you?
You don't seem like awful people. But
And neither do you.
I have made deal that I must stand by. You fought well, but if you plan on taking, finish what you have started.
A moment while I confer something. And
Quesnoff is going nowhere.
I walk over to Sledge and pull him aside for a moment.
DM question before you tell me something.
Hmm?
We all saw him, the wound that Buck gave to him, heal a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
The longer we talk and discuss, is more stuff healing.
Uh, if we are going to stay in initiative order, that is possible, but I'm allowing this all to happen within the space of like Bobby Joe, Buck, and Sledge's turn.
Okay, so if me and him have a discussion, we're not gonna be there, and a full health Quiznos is ready to go, right?
Correct. Quiznos
Yeah.
will not be hot and ready after
Okay.
this conversation.
Okay. Oh, he brings
May
up a
still be
good
heated,
point.
but not hot,
Yeah.
right?
Toasty.
So basically, I would like to come over to Sledge and say, I'm not 100% sure how magic that binds somebody to a location as well as binds them for not being able to say a name, depending on the type of magic. If memory serves me correct, that goes away after you die.
All right, so what you're saying is you want to bop this man on the head and then just bring him back?
DM, would we, through our individual knowledges about different types of arcana, be able to tell if some sort of sealing spell in that nature would be broken? Or do we know that the kind of spells that happen like this could be like a warlock pack or something where it's like this is a blood life bond that can only be taken away by the person that gives it to it, and even if you die and come back, you're still bound to it.
This is one of those situations where all of the things that you suggested are possibilities, and you can only go off of the assumptions that you as the player and you as the character would make. Any information that I've given you through Quesnef is the information that you have.
I
Can't really
So-
help clarify this one for you, unfortunately.
Gotcha. Okay.
I like where this is going, Seymour, because I've never done this spell before, so this could be a good test, so I don't fuck up. It'd be a good first time. This is how I'm popping my cherry, so to speak.
Well, just to, in the interest of not just saying nothing to help you, Taz, Seymour and Sledge, I think it is fair for both of you to have the understanding of magic that it is possible that, like, there are spells that just bind people to a room. This could be as simple as like a command. Could extend all the way up to a wish spell. Could extend all the way up to, like you said, a pact, or something that doesn't necessarily affect class or whatever, but could be some sort of outside of the typical arcane dealings.
Dark blood oath that doesn't have a spell, but
could
it
be
just,
all
I am bound
sorts
to
of different things.
live in this cave kind of thing. Yeah, that's kind of where I was like, I know there's a broad spectrum of what could be doing this, and that's why I'm like, Quesnef, what did you get for your end of the deal? Or were you just commanded to be here?
Lost a bet.
Fuck. That leaves so many goddamn options open. And I'm inclined, but even just that answer is inclined for me to believe that it's not going to work the way I was thinking it would. Because losing a bet means that it's usually a by-word kind of situation. That I give you my word that I will stay in this cave and protect this egg for the rest of my life. And if you kill it and come back, that's still within his quote-unquote lifespan.
No, his life is over.
Well, you believe in an afterlife, obviously, don't you? That is still part of your lifespan. It is a afterlife, but it is a life.
No, it's
And if you come
afterlife.
back,
It's in the name. It's afterlife.
so when
It's not
you
your life.
died, and came back, is this your
Yeah.
life 2.0, or are
I'm
you still
Sledge
back on your
2.0,
original
baby.
life?
I'm Sledge 2.0.
Now, are you saying that to be cocky, or are you saying that because that's what you know about the religion?
He's a changed man.
No, I think I gave. I think that Gond gave me a lease on life. I don't think it's going to apply in this same situation.
Bobby Joe's gun still trained on Quesna, still dripping blood on the floor. Zesto
I'm gonna walk up and grab the egg.
grabs the egg from the pedestal. You feel
Let's go.
the magic radiating from this artifact. And an
Teamwork's
alternate
starting to-
feelings. It first feels warm, then a bit grainy. Then you think it changes to slick, and then feels very light in your hand. And just kind of cycles through that over and over and over.
Seymour's starting to get a little more upset and panicked at the situation. He grabs Sledge close. Give me a number, man. What are the odds? What are the odds this works? 'Cause if
I'll
this
never
doesn't
tell
work,
you.
this puts us all at risk.
So I can. This is 99% gonna work.
Insight check.
You roll insight,
Does he even
AJ.
have to roll for that?
What are you attempting? What are you attempting to tell him?
What do
I
you
asked
want
him
to
what the
hear?
odds.
Okay, so
I
that's
asked him
a
what the odds
deception
are of
check.
this working.
As you guys are rolling for this, I'm going to say that Quesnef stands or pulls himself off of the knee.
Friends, make your decision. What is it going to be?
What happens to you if we take this egg?
Quesnov cannot allow you to take egg.
What? Just close your eyes, man, and we'll leave. And then if the egg's not here when you wake up or open your eyes, you still didn't let us take it. It's just
AJ,
it's like,
what'd you roll?
You see
you
a
tell me what you
pain.
got, and I'll let you know if you need it.
I had a 21.
You totally know I'm lying, man. I'm just trying to tell you what you want to hear so we can try something cool out.
Yeah, I will say, Seymour, you absolutely feel the earnestness coming from Sledge as he is telling you 99%. But you know that is bravado. He has no fucking clue. This is magic that neither of you have experienced before. Sledge, in himself, has only used the magic that he has used a very rare amount of times. This is uncharted territory in the truest sense of the word. And Quesnev gives you a wry smile, Buck, and Sledge. Sledge.
My calculations say 99% this is gonna work.
I
But
cannot
boy, am
close
I
my
bad at
eyes.
math.
What is it going to be, friends? 5,
Sledge,
4,
But that's
try your
you
3.
have
try
been
your
an
magic, and
honorable
then if it
opponent.
doesn't work,
But
we'll
it's
end
time,
this.
gentlemen. Bobby Joe, do it.
Is that a yes, Bobby Joe? I didn't hear it.
I can't hear you.
Yeah, I fire my shot. Sorry.
Okay, cool. No, you're good. I will say that you have had it ready long enough that you do not even need to roll to attack. He had 1 hit point left,
Oh,
so you just blast. Where were you aiming to fire the killing blow?
Between his eyes.
You shoot Quesnel
honorable.
right between his eyes.
I hope it. I have no idea how this magic's gonna work. I hope that doesn't leave a mark on his way back, because that will be
He
pretty big
falls
dent.
against the wall and slides down until he is sitting in front of you all.
Sledge, we're not using the magic.
I was gonna.
I appreciate the fact that you wanted to tell me what I wanted to hear. But at the end of the day, trying to bring him back just for it not to work could cause one of us to die later. We need every ability you have, whether it's your first time using it or not. And unless we knew that was going to work, I don't think we can risk it.
I understand. I really do hope the first time I use it isn't on one of you guys. I know it won't be on you, Seymour. I put on just tap him on the shoulder. Sub jab, sub jab.
All right.
Can I go? Can I go inspect what?
Quesnev?
I'm gonna just call him. I'm gonna call him Q. I want to go up to Q, and I want to check him out.
Sure. You check out Quesnev's body and search on it. You find 2 rings, one on each hand. That seem to have interesting properties about them. You also dig a little further into like his pockets and stuff, and you pull out a book written in. Double check before I say this for absolute certainty, but I'm pretty sure you find a book written in a language you do not speak.
What do the rings look like? Without like just if he is there a quick description I can get for it, like one that kind of pops out to me, or no?
One of the rings has a sort of clear band in the middle of it that goes around the entire ring.
Okay.
And seems to kind of ripple a little bit, but as you're looking at it, you see your own reflection in that band. The other one, you see the engraving or like a raised shield engraved on top of that ring.
I feel like the shield one is more simple and just more grounded and would catch my eye more.
Okay.
Can I don't know anything about this ring, right?
Not currently. I can confirm that it is a language you do not speak.
Can I cast identify onto it?
On the ring or the book?
Ooh. The ring first. If we have time, I'll do it on the book.
Okay. You're ritual casting or just casting the spell?
Let me look. Do we? y'all do it. Time's not a factor. Can we stay here for a little bit, or are we wanting to move out?
If there was
I
any
will
room in this
quickly.
building to take a short rest, this is probably the best option we have.
I
I'm
think
gonna
that's a
say
good
I'll
idea.
quickly peek my head out into the menagerie room
Mm-hmm.
and see if there is space or if anything has like disturbed these scary creatures or not.
They seem to be just continuing to go about their business.
Okay. Then yes, I think that I think if we're going to do this, this is the place, and I would almost say that this would probably be a place to take a short rest.
Menagerie is the perfect word, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to think of that earlier. That's exactly what it was.
Thank you.
So we'll just shut the door and all of us take a quick nap.
Well, you don't even have to technically nap. You just kind of sit
You
down.
could nap if you really wanted to, but
Um, I'd like to take a look at the book, but before I do that, actually, I want to kind of talk to,
Yeah.
well, I guess everybody, but in general, I'm directing most of my focus at Buck and be like, we had to do it, right? He was bound to protect the egg at all costs. If it wasn't
without
him,
any way
it was
to
us.
without any way to break his word or his curse or whatever, if without the surefire way of doing it, no, this was the only way. As much as it pains me.
Sledge, you were casting Identify on the ring, correct?
I'm gonna do a not if we're taking a short rest. I'm gonna do the ritual casting for all three, if that's okay.
Okay.
And if that will make it so I don't get a short rest, I will sacrifice it.
I think that is a fair trade-off. I think you cannot ritual cast and short rest. That makes sense to me. So I think that will be the trade-off. Um, if the rest of the group would like to short rest or look around the room or whatever, you may absolutely make mention of that. As I
I'd like
am.
to take a look at the book first.
I know
that he
you
had.
want to. I'm not gonna show you the book. I'm just gonna start laying it out and do the idea. I'm not gonna give it to Seymour or let him. I'm not gonna outwardly be like, "Hey, Seymour, look what I have." I'm just gonna put it out in the ritualistic way I need to start performing the spells.
And I think it would even be
Uh,
fair to say that you do not reveal that you have a book. I think between the conversation that Seymour and Buck are having and you're investigating happening simultaneously, you got the book, and that book is not known to the party until you place it in the circle to ritual cast.
And once he puts it in that ritual circle at that point, and he's doing that, and he's like, "Hey, don't touch this. I'm doing something." I'm like, "All right, like I understand. I'll back away." I would like
um,
to then begin to investigate the area. He talked about liking magic.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to see if there's anything in the room that looks like it could be scrolls or
Sure.
any sort of information about magic. What was he doing with his time here?
Bobby Joe, Desto, you both looking around or just kind of hanging out?
I feel like we would be looking around because that's part of our MO.
Sure.
I'll help look around, but once our options are exhausted, then I will begin to take a short rest, and whoever is doing so and is using a hit die, let me know.
I I want to take a look around, but I specifically want to look to see if there's like any books or like writing on the creatures that are in the enclosures.
Like on their person or on their enclosures?
Like just kind of on the creatures, like what they are. If there's anything in the
Okay, I
room.
gotcha. I gotcha. Okay, cool. Awesome. So anybody that wants to take a short rest, they may, and go ahead and start rolling the dice for that while I start describing a couple of things. First off, I am going to do
Can
the.
we?
Hmm?
I was gonna say, can we still like do those investigating things as like, hey, those are all low.
Yeah,
impact,
that's all low impact part of the short rest. So
Okay.
I'm going to start with the identify portion of things, which is AJ. You recognize or the. All right. So what do we have here? 3 things. Wonderful. All right. So the first one here, I'm seeing a ring of protection. Do you need to know more? Or would you like to know
Think I
more? Is
would.
typically how Google says that. All right. So,
Would you like to know more? I'm just picturing the Starship Troopers news. Would you like to know more?
mhm.
Yes. Click. I click spiritually on the want to know more.
Okay. So the ring of protection is a rare magic item that requires attunement. However, when the wearer has attuned to the item, they gain a +1 bonus to armor class and saving throws for all types.
Does it does it is it soul bound or does it take attunement slots?
It takes an attunement slot.
Okay.
All
Interesting.
right.
All right.
Next
Next
up,
ring.
next ring. Absolutely. This is a ring of spell storing. Currently, this ring holds the spell Mirror Image.
Ooh. Ooh, ooh,
It is a
ooh.
rare ring that also requires attunement, but you are able to store spells up to 5 levels worth.
Hmm. Interesting. And what level is the mirror image? Like how many more levels does it have allowed in it with the mirror image also in it?
Sure. Well, it has 2 mirror images loaded into it, and I believe mirror image is going to be a second level
That second
spell,
level.
which means it has
The second.
1 level to spare.
Okay. And does it metagame in this?
Mhm.
So unless you want to say it in person, is it attunement to store the spell in it, or is it attunement to use the spell in the ring?
You have to be attuned to use the ring in any way.
Gotcha. Okay. Dope. Dope.
Someone else though could cast a like if say like I attune to it, you could cast a spell into it, and then I would cast it.
That's what I'm thinking, and obviously we'll get into this in the game. But right now, I'm thinking a either revivify, healing word, something like that. So if for something happens to me, you guys are able to use it. But awesome, thank you.
Mm-hmm. And
And
finally, this book. The book you have found is a tome of giant runes. There's a combination dictionary and spellbook. Giants, when they existed in Old Ammolia, had a different system of magic in the way that they interacted with it. It was much more runic and carving based and much less on spells themselves. And so this is a tome detailing those runes, those spells, and a brief history of the giant people.
oh, interesting. Is there any is the identify spell able to tell me all the contents in this book, like specifically, or is it just a
I
vague?
unfortunately cannot read the book for you. If you are looking to read the book, you will have to either learn giant or find someone who knows it. I'm only able to tell you the vagaries of what's inside.
Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome.
So those are your
Um,
3 identifiers.
Dope. Thank you.
The spell fades away. As the group looks around the room, you're going to find these items. You find 1,000 pieces of electrum, 200 platinum pieces. Yeah, I know. 4 pieces of jewelry, totaling in value at 11,000 gold. You find a potion of greater healing, armor of vulnerability, and a scroll of protection. You also find a rifle sitting in the corner with lightning bolts, or no, excuse me, not lightning bolts. Um, Sort of this bolt of light down the side, each side of the barrel. The stock of the rifle
Okay.
is this sort of cherry wood color. The barrel of the rifle itself is a gleaming silver. A bolt of light is sort of a tacked on piece of metal, not in a crude way, but like an artisanally tacked on piece of gold. Desto, as you're looking around the desks and things, you find feeding schedules and just general notes on the creatures that are in the menagerie. The brain puppies are creatures known as intellect devourers. The tiny beholders are creatures known as spectators. The red slods are the next creature. And then finally, at the base of the menagerie, it is a creature known as a Nyogi. There is information listed about each of these creatures. They all appear to be, I will give you the subset of D&D creature. They are all aberrations.
Okay.
And the notes about feeding talk about portion control, but it also mentions that the food is delivered whenever it's needed. Quesnef never left these two rooms, as far as you can tell.
So we're about to leave all these creatures hungry? Because that sounds like a bad idea.
Well, they're trapped in the cages and they won't be fed. So they're either going to die out in the cage, they're going to find a way to break out, run around this mountain, and maybe kill each other in this cave. And if they happen to escape, they'll be here in the wild, or just hanging out in this cave waiting for other adventurers. Do you want to release them and have them try to follow us? I feel like that's not going to work.
No, I was just
Not a good idea.
speculating.
We are most likely going to leave these creatures to their death, to suffer in this cage. That said, we can only hope that whoever was delivering the food realizes that Quesnef is gone, and whoever hired him to stay here, by hiring I mean pricked and bound him here, will do what he wants with his menagerie of animals.
So the party has taken a short rest. You restore.
Did anybody use hit die for that?
I used 2.
Okay. If you have or need to, you can roll with another D8
Okay.
as I hand you a cookie.
Thank
And
you.
I would like to also, in the background, play a small song of rest. So any creature
Ooh.
hears it, if you have spent 1 or more hit dice, each creature that has done so also gains an extra 1d6 hit points back.
Nice. Do we roll or do you?
You roll.
Okay.
Give me a
Cool.
second. I have to go get my cat off the counters.
If anyone else used hit die, let me know. But I am back at 80 hit points.
I got you a little bit on that cone of cold.
I'm going to say that cone of cold brought me down to half, which is scary. Or half with my aid points.
DM, can I cast a second level? Where are you? There's so many fucking cure wounds on myself, please.
With, yeah, you can do that.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, double ones. Fuck you. Fuck you.
That's really unfortunate.
That's rough, buddy.
Hey, Tyler.
What's up?
I sent you a message.
Okay.
Just heads up.
Oh, word. Okay.
Yeah.
Understood. Like, next 5 to 10 minutes?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah. You guys can keep going though if you want. I don't want to fuck everybody's stuff up. But yeah, that's most likely going to be a new thing now
Okay.
because I'm doing the schedules now for my shift. So
Okay. Well, that sounds like a positive, like, if you're doing your own schedules or you're doing schedules.
I get to leave an hour early. So
Yeah.
but I have to be there an hour early. So
Makes
it
sense.
also kind of sucks. But
Well, I probably wasn't going to have us going. Well, I'll just ask, do you guys want to push a little further, or what are we thinking here? I think that also depends on what we're planning on doing from this step forward. So I'll just, once Taz gets back, I'll get like a pulse of the group of what we're looking to do. But I appreciate you letting me know.
yeah, sorry guys.
No,
I feel like
you're
I
good.
always kind of
No. You you have to do what you have to do, and It's like an aw shucks. I wish you could play, but I'm not mad at you.
Yeah, I wish I could too.
I don't mind staying up a little bit, but I do also have to get up at like 6 a.m. So if we stop,
I can say
sooner
so.
than
It may just be that we need to end things here.
Okay. I would at least like to get the full party
Yeah.
back, and we'll check in. But yeah, definitely heard on that.
Yeah, I have to be at work at 5:30, so I gotta
Yikes!
Yeah,
That's
so I gotta
terrible.
get up at like probably
Absolutely brutal.
4:30 ish.
you.
Listen, me and Taz get to sleep until noon, so this is unsack, guys.
I envy
Okay,
you.
what is going on?
All right.
I envy you, but I also know you guys have gotten up at 4:30 plenty of times for work.
So as
true.
the short rest comes to a close, and you guys found the items that you did, you found the rifle, you found information about the creatures. Sledge has found a book about giants, although I don't believe has shared that yet with the party, so I don't want to metagame that.
Is not.
I will ask the party here, and this is probably a conversation that y'all have either above the table or in game, but I'm going to start the conversation. What would you like to do now? Technically, you have fulfilled the reason that you came down here. Is there any interest from any of the party members of exploring this dungeon further?
We need to
Everybody.
explore.
I mean-
we need to explore this whole mountain.
You really want to explore the whole mountain?
Yes.
I don't know about the whole mountain, but I kind of want to, because I feel like we it was one of those things where you're in a video game, like, all right, you took all of the right paths, and you're just like, fuck, I wish I had gone the other way. So I'm down to explore a little more, but if people want to leave, because there's still a whole ass like
Campaign waiting on us.
there's a whole ass campaign. But what I was saying, like looking at this map as I zoom out, there's like we have
lot.
discovered maybe 20%,
There-
possibly a third.
There's no way we're this lucky, though. There's no way we're this lucky. We didn't just figure out every right turn, like every left turn. Uh-huh.
That's the whole thing. We just said we would start with
Yeah.
all left turns, and we did, and we got here.
I know.
I'm
So-
gonna admit to you guys, I was so mad when Taz said that the first go around. I was like, "You motherfucker! You ruined everything."
And I can't help but feel like I did too, because I'm just
No.
like, man. But I also
no,
was
you
like,
didn't. It's great. It's honestly more interesting
head.
this way, where it's just like, all right, do you guys want to keep exploring, or
and
is this a
so
part
I
of
say
it?
we keep
Has-
exploring.
Has wants to explore. I think Seymour would be inclined to believe that it's safer for us to leave
Mhm.
and wiser to do so. But once again, we'll lean on a party majority here of if the group wants to stay down here and find out what else, because of this egg, might have changed and what magic exists down here, we go until we run up against something that we're like, all right, that's enough. Like, let's just back out with our lives. We actually got what we came here for. This is all gravy.
Did Bobby Joe take the rifle?
I don't believe that was said.
Hasn't been
I
specified.
think that was.
I
don't
Can
think
we
we're
give her
gonna-
the rifle at the beginning of the short rest so she could feel it out and maybe attune to it if need be?
yeah.
Okay,
I'm down.
Bobby Joe, as you attune to this rifle, you, in looking it over, see a small engraving in the butt of the stock that says slingshot. You also feel, as you attune to this rifle, that it is a +1 rifle that holds charges in it. 3 times a day, you can add an extra D8 of radiant damage to your shots.
Nice.
You also get the feeling that
I-
that D8 doubles into 2d8 if a certain type of creature is attacked.
If a certain type of creature is attacked,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know what type of creature.
Be of the undead variety.
I would say that either undead or based off the fact that he was a zookeeper of aberrations. Those are the two that we would start targeting down.
Shoot a brain puppy. Let's see.
No, I actually, as I'm thinking about it, attuning would mean that you would know exactly what it would be. It's undead. So any undead creature. So basically you have a rifle of divine smite
Cool.
with
That's
the engraving
fucking
of
awesome.
slingshot.
That
And
fucking
roll.
rips.
It does rip.
I feel like I'm gonna save my divine
Is
smite.
this an attunement weapon?
You do not need to attune to this weapon.
Whoa! Damn! Good for you.
Oh, anybody can use it?
Anybody 3 times a
I
day
mean,
can
technically
That-
anybody, but you have
that-
Anybody
firearm
like you, like,
proficiency.
you-
with firearm.
You have
Anybody
fire.
named Bobby Joe.
Yeah.
You throw it. If she throws it to sledge, can I hit someone with the butt of it, like a bludgeoning weapon, and get the smite?
No, you can't get the smite for it.
That's
No.
not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
So yes, you have a rifle of smiting, aka slingshot, and yeah, you can do 1d8, 2d8 if it's undead. Otherwise,
No.
the party is still debating. I would like to figure out whether the party in game would like to continue to search the dungeon for all its wonders and mysteries, or if you're going to be sensible and leave now that you found what you came for.
Bobby Joe wants to leave. Bobby
I
Joe
want
says
to
fuck you.
continue.
Seymour would be inclined to agree with Bobby Joe and say leave. But I think a 3-2 majority could still pull us back in.
But
But I would like to hear your reasoning.
Give me this one little gasp of roleplay, guys.
There could be some really cool shit out there, and we need to know if it. We need to find it.
Or we
Leave
could
no,
stay over
leave
there
no,
and sit.
leave no stone unturned. I say.
I do like cool shit.
You've never said that before this point.
No, I have. You haven't heard me. You don't listen to me, Seymour.
Or is this just another one of those conversations in your head with God that amount to nothing?
Wow, this guy.
I don't even know anymore. I have all these. Go ahead.
Buck, what do you say?
I would be inclined to check out some of the more chambers and things just to see if there's anything more dangerous that would be let loose because we killed this man, or if the egg has done anything. But if the rest of the party would like to leave, then we can do that as well. But I would like to see if there are implications and consequences for the actions that we have just done.
So
I'm
what's
more lenient on the idea of learning something versus finding things. I think by the end of the day, we can leave here and find cool things in magic shops and other places. But learning more about whatever this egg did to the area could help us.
Why
As
not do
well
both?
as it's a matter of why we stay here. If we're here to find information and in finding information, we find some cool things, cool. But I don't think it's worth risking our lives to stay down here just to find cool things. Is that fair?
Seems fair.
Do we think we will learn anything? Being that this guy was supposed to be the protector of this area, this is where he was bound to be. I think he has little influence outside of this place, outside of these rooms.
Hey, maybe we'll find clues of the magic that bound him here.
I think you have an unhealthy obsession with side quests.
I am truly torn, but I'm leaning towards leaving. Bobby Joe has said leave. And then Sledge wants to stay, Desta wants to stay, and Buck's kind of on the fence, right?
Yeah.
So we're basically at 2.5 either way.
We could flip a coin.
Could flip a coin.
I count as two because I'm speaking for Gond. So
No.
win.
You're half a man.
Ow.
I meant like size wise, not like personality wise.
Hold on.
Yeah, size wise.
Yikes.
Yo.
Yikes, fam.
You see the corpse of Quesnef just shudder.
Not about height, it's about girth. And
I will say this: if you're speaking for God, I'll speak for Nequim, and he just wanted to get this egg really fucking fast. So
Aye. So we're going? We're staying.
We're going.
I think we should leave. We've got 2 for staying, 2 for going, and 1 who's basically abstaining from a vote.
Buck, you don't get to stay middle ground like you always do. You gotta make
I
it.
am not staying middle ground. I say that I want to see what damage has been done and explore this cave further to make sure that there won't be anything that comes out because we have killed him. But if we feel that it is more important to get back quickly, then I will do that.
There's no.
But I want to stay with the caveat of going to check for damages.
Aye.
What do you mean damages? We're just gonna get stuck in more traps.
That's fair.
All right. Well, think of it this way, Bobby Joe. Do you want to go back through the slick grease stuff in that disgusting water hole? I don't think so. Maybe we can find a different way to loop around and go back
Well,
out.
but there's nothing unexpected in a cave, so I'm going back the way I came.
I didn't think Bobby Joe would back away from a challenge.
It is not. I don't like caves, and I want to leave.
And with the interest of Jimmy needing to hop off, and we'll call this to a close, this may be a discussion that carries into the next session. But for now, Bobby Joe begins to exit the room. As she does so, all of you hear, faintly as if on the wind,
Who the fuck is that? You slimy little shit. I gave you one fucking job and your addled brain couldn't handle it. I'd call you a cocksucker, but that's an insult to the cocks you sucked. Wow!
and with that, our
Oh,
session
look,
comes to
you.
a close.
Yo.